It's Wednesday, February 10th, 2021, and the morning edition is live. On today's show, we speak with the Director of Anglican Education. Keishla is back in the kitchen, and Charles takes us inside the barbershop. So let's start the morning off right. All we need is love, but a little chocolate now and then doesn't hurt. Good morning and welcome to the morning edition. I'm LaDawn Davis.
Good morning, I'm Charles Fisher.
So Fisher, we have a lot coming up in the I guess the show this morning. What's happening with you? How's things going?
I went to the barber. Keishla is back in the kitchen. We have a special friend of ours from the Red Cross Institute this morning. A big honor for her. Can't wait for that interview.
I know that she was honored because of her volunteerism at the Bahamas Red Cross. So we can't wait to see what the pilot. I think it's the Power Light Award. I think she probably will be able to give us more details of that. But she's here live in studio this morning, and I know you went to the barber. What was that like? I know you needed a fresh do. I call it.
You know, Valentine's is right around the corner, and some guys are getting fresher. But you know, I always have to stay fresh because I have an image to hold, to come on the set, to be on the side. You're at A and I just try to be at C, just to be on some level on you, and my hair grows back pretty fast. So I have to go at least twice a week. So I just took the cameraman so we could see just what we do.
I see you got a lot of gray going on there too. What's going on there? Getting up there.
Where school has been closed, they've not been selling a lot of shoe polish. So I haven't been able to get my shoe polish. My shoe polish to die this bed, so as soon as school open up and everybody start going back to work, this will be dark as well with the shoe polish.
And I know Lloyd Allen is on the streets this morning. I'm sure it's a bit busy out there.
Yeah, let's now take it out to the streets where Lloyd Allen and the morning traffic team is standing by with your Wednesday morning traffic commute.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Yes, good morning, LaDawn and Fisher, and good morning, Bahamas. Is a great start to your Wednesday morning, and today we're at the intersection of Shirley and Mackey Street, giving you your first look at traffic. Now, already today, for those persons coming out of the east, taking the Shirley Street route into the downtown area, you can expect a slight delay, as there is a reported demonstration happening in the Rawson Square area. Apart from that, we're going to get an update in a moment from Corporal Christopher Wims, rather Corporal Patrick Camp, from the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, who begins now with a look at overnight traffic.
Good morning, Mr. Allen, and good morning, Bahamas. And you're absolutely correct. You should expect some delay in the flow of traffic this morning, especially if you're coming from the Eastern District into the downtown area, heading in the western direction on Shirley Street. There is a demonstration reportedly supposed to take place in that area, so you might want to consider an alternative route for persons who are traversing in that area to avoid any further delays throughout the street or while you're traveling to your destination today.
Additionally, Corporal Camp, paint a picture for us for those motorists coming out of the areas of Eastern New Providence, the Carmichael Road area, as well as Western New Providence, those taking the Bay Street corridor, the West Bay Street corridor.
But if you notice, especially over the last few days, there's been a heavy flow of traffic. I mean, all through the day. Usually it'll be a break. You have a heavy flow of traffic in the morning, maybe in the evening. But it's consistent with the flow of traffic. And so again, if you're going to travel in the western and the eastern direction, if you're going to merge into the downtown area, you might want to avoid it. Consider an alternative route. And I'm going to encourage the persons of Mr. Island to continue to drive with due care and attention. We still have persons who insist on breaking the laws. And again, I'm going to encourage you to please pay attention, drive with due care and attention. If you are stopped by an officer for an infraction, you will find yourself before the courts. Seatbelt, and a lot of persons would have been noticing of late, you've been getting a lot of tickets for seatbelts. Persons are still driving on their cell phones. That is still a no-no. It is still against the law, and you will find yourself before the court. It's stuff like that is causing a problem on the streets. We have in the last 24 hours, 10 accidents. We still have some 11 persons that are still hospitalized as a result of those accidents. In fact, we have persons who are still hospitalized as of last year because of accidents. So continue to drive with care and attention.
And then finally, as we wrap up this morning, of course, throughout the day, motorists can expect a slight delay in various parts of the capital as road work projects continue, particularly those sidewalk enhancement projects. That's been a quick look at your Wednesday traffic report for the morning edition. LaDon and Fisher, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Lloyd. Taking now a look at your weather. Temperatures holding still in the mid-70s. It's partly cloudy with winds blowing out of the east at 5 miles per hour. In the extended forecast, expect highs in the low 80s for the next 7 days. That sounds good. Night temperatures will dip back into the 60s on Friday.
Let's take a look now at stories making these headlines. The Prime Minister and the Minister of Foreign Affairs are headed to Exuma this Friday for the opening of that island's passport office. This is all a part of the government's push to decentralize the delivery of passport services to ensure family islanders are not unnecessarily disadvantaged simply because they live outside of the capital.
What we're trying to do now with this initiative, by expanding and extending the ability for you to acquire a passport in Exuma and the other islands mentioned, Long Island and Eleuthera and Michael and Anagua, is keep monies in the pockets of Bahamian families who should not be disadvantaged simply because they live in a family island.
Those islands that were not directly having passport offices installed or opened, what we would do is we would use our mobile units and we would take those services. So the mobile units can go to Cat Island and go to other places, Rum Key, go to Bimini, to take care of those persons who require the same services that Bahamians in Nassau do.
Minister of Immigration, the Honorable Ellswood Johnson, addressing the continued development of shanty towns across this country. He says the exercise to deal with unregulated communities in the country is ongoing, and where there is any breach of the law, authorities will deal with the matter humanely.
There's still a matter before the courts where a strategic analysis was done of localities, especially in New Providence. We went into Andros to, in a humane way, address what is a growing problem. And so what was done in Andros is that we were able to go in, identify these locations in a dignified way, find out who are actually living there. And so in Andros, we have compiled all of the names. So now we're tactfully dealing with these individuals.
The Bahamas Petroleum Company's failed attempt to find commercial quantities of oil is welcome news for local environmentalists. The announcement from BPC also comes as countries globally are turning away from fossil fuels and moving towards renewable sources of energy.
Now certainly is the moment to look at our country and really think about the way forward. You know, our future is in innovation and renewable energy and green jobs, and there's great opportunity there.
In the coming months, there's likely to be a clear distinction between self-driven plates and taxi plates on our roadways. No definitive time frame set as yet, but the government is considering a change to the color of either one of the license plates now used by the two different entities.
We have been reviewing it. My predecessor, Mr. Wells, and Mr. Campbell. They have both been looking at this issue since the last election. The question is, do we change the color of the taxi cabs to another color, or do we change the color of the self-drive plates? I think the consensus is that we take the self-drive plates to a white color, so that there will be a clear difference between the taxi cab plates and the self-drive plates.
And when we come back, we're talking education in the Anglican school system, so keep it locked.
First, it's more than just our name, more than just our achievements. It's our nature, and it's where we put our customers. At Bahamas First, we've refreshed our look, but our nature remains the same. We design insurance solutions that protect our customers from life's uncertainties. Whatever they may be, we equip you for the future. so that you can recover stronger. Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
The president of the Bahamas Red Cross continues to make her presence felt not only on the local scene but internationally. And just recently, she was officially presented with the Points of Light Award by Her Majesties from the British High Commissioner Excellency Sarah Dickinson. Therese Curry, welcome to the Morning Edition.
Good morning, LaDawn, and thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So tell us a little bit about what is the Points of Light Award?
The Points of Light Award is an award given to volunteers chosen by Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth, for the work that they have done in their respective communities.
And how were you actually chosen for this award?
By recommendation by Her Excellency Sarah Dixon for the work that I would have done during Hurricane Dorian. I was chosen for the many work that was done during the Hurricane Dorian relief efforts at the Red Cross.
And what does this actually mean for volunteers like yourself at the Bahamas Red Cross?
It gives a great boost to the volunteers here at the Red Cross that we are recognized for the work that we do, not only locally, but internationally as well.
And has the finances for the organization been crippled as a result of COVID?
Yes, we have had some downturn in our finances due to the COVID pandemic. And so we continuously seek donations from the general public, from our corporate sponsors, and internationally, whomever is willing to donate to the Red Cross to its work. We are grateful.
And how are you feeling about this accomplishment?
Oh, I'm humbled by the accomplishment. I am pleased that my work was recognized, but it isn't just my work, it is the work of all the volunteers and staff at the National Society who have come together and done such an awesome work for Dorian relief and the people of Abaco and Grand Bahama.
Therese Curry, thank you so much for joining us here on the Morning Edition, and best of luck to you in the Bahamas Red Cross.
Thank you so much, LaDawn.
Thank you so much. The Anglican Central Education Authority giving an update on the progress and challenges the virtual learning exercise in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. The morning team tracked down the Director of Education, Natalia Davies, to find out.
Dealing with Cable Bahamas, dealing with getting all of the equipment that we would need into the Bahamas, because as you know, virtual learning is something that's happening worldwide. So our persons who are working for us, our technicians, they are waiting for things to be brought in from the US. As you can imagine, there's a demand all over the world for these kinds of things. So we're having an issue there. Another issue too, that's beyond our control, is sometimes the power. BPL, Tuesday, our second day at virtual learning, one of our schools was without power for the entire day. So these are just some of the challenges that we have to face. And of course, you know, the unstable internet, because there are so many persons using it throughout the Bahamas.
Davey says a large number of students in most of the Anglican schools are still coming to virtual learning sessions without the appropriate tools they need to perform effectively.
We have some children who've been using their parents' phone or their phones. As you can imagine, during the COVID pandemic, we would have had persons at home where in some homes there may just be one device. And so the parents are trying to do their work. So the children would have to wait until later. And, you know, we just don't have enough. We just don't have enough. So we are trying to assist as much as possible. We're appealing to our alumni who can perhaps assist us with getting some tablets for the students to use. And of course, we have some children who live in some areas where they do not have the internet connectivity. Now, that's just a small percentage of our population, but by and large, the majority of our children have found some way of getting into their virtual classes.
Davy says some 2,200 students are currently enrolled in the Anglican schools, but with the third wave of COVID-19 looming and jobs on the line, Davy says a payment plan is now in place to assist struggling parents.
At the beginning of the school year, we went back to a payment plan, a monthly payment plan, where we are enabling our parents to pay over the course of the entire year. So they can come in and they can pay. They were given a specific amount that they had to put down, and then the rest of it for the year was divided into equal payments of 10 months. So we're working with our parents as much as possible to assist.
In preparation for face-to-face learning, Rotarians from the Island of Freedom constructed bookshelves, painted clean, and installed classrooms to the Emma Cooper Primary School in Palmetto Point, Eleuthera recently. A key feature on the campus of the school is an area decorated with paving stones that is used for outdoor events. The area has overgrown with weed, which were later moved by Rotary Club members to brighten the area. Eleuthera Rotary Club President Audrey Carey and owner of Meadows Construction, Audley Meadows, spearheaded this special project. Members of the club said the team reached out to the school's principal, Vernita Thompson, for assistance, and the club did not hesitate to come to their aid. The Emma Cooper Primary School is part of the Rotary Club family, as the second early art club was formed at that school.
And as we head to the break, we take a look back at today in Bahamian history. On February 10th, 1968, the Bahamian government backed the sale of the Grand Bahama Port Authority to the Filipino company Banquet Consolidated Incorporated. Details of the negotiations were made public in New York. Also on February 10, 1995, the Anglican clergy broke the bonds of division and united to vote Drexel Gomez as the co-adjudicator bishop of the Diocese of the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands. He succeeded Bishop Michael Eldon and was enthroned in September 1996.
It's Wednesday, so that means it's time to find out what's on Keisha's plate. Let's see what she's up to this week.
I am Chef Zena, and today I'm cooking up ceviche.
Well, not exactly. It's usually fried up like these tempting plates, but Chef Zena says this grouper ceviche, a raw dish, is catching on.
Cold pepper. Next, I'm cutting up grouper filet.
It's a spicy blend that locals and visitors crave. Add sweet peppers, onions, and tomatoes.
A little bit of salt, a little bit of lime.
And that's all to it. Pair it with these crisp pita chips for a light, refreshing appetizer that looks like this.
So how do people usually react to this dish? Who would order this?
The average guest that comes in from with order ceviche is very popular around the world. So I find that many of the South Americans, Central Americans, and Asians, they're familiar with ceviche. So it's very, very popular, and it's probably one of the best sellers here.
But would I be sold? We're about to find out.
You're gonna try it with me?
Absolutely.
All right. So what do? Just take a little scoop there. Because I don't think I've ever eaten raw grouper. But there's a first time for everything, right?
It is, certainly. Tell me what you think.
Very light, lemony, a nice snack. I love it.
It gives new meaning to a taste of the Bahamas.
Hey, Fisher, I'm trying to keep my weight down, so I can't entertain Keishla when she's in the kitchen whipping up these nice
it looks something
dishes.
like sushi, Kong salad. Never had that before. Raw grouper with all the salad stuff.
I've never had that as well, but I have to ask Keishla how that tasted, because it looks really good, but I'm not sure if I want to indulge.
But the way she put that cracker to her mouth and ate up that, it tasted well. So I'm going to try it. I think I'll cook that for your Valentine dinner on Friday.
I'm going to hold you to that. I know it's going to be pretty good, because you seem to be a good chef. I understand.
But so you have to buy the grouper now.
Where am I going to get that from at this hour?
Order it from Bryland.
But you think it's going to come on the dinghy?
Yeah, man, your face is good.
The introduction of the pandemic stunted on the growth of many businesses, leaving some with no option but to cease operation or to team up like those at Tin Foil. Organizers say this transition is a story worth being told and have launched a virtual series set for Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, all aimed at detailing the ins and outs of local vendors. Here's Lloyd Allen.
So at the start of the pandemic last year, several vendors around the country were affected with operations, and as a result of that, they were relocated here at the Dundas foreground. And it's been almost a year. Many of you guys have seen some progress, but you've decided to evolve. Joining us here in the morning edition is Donovan Lynch. He's the marketing director for Tin Foil. And talk to us a little bit about the production that you guys started. And again, you said that all of this started from the homes of many of these vendors.
Definitely. So last year, we decided my team came together and we said, hey, we want to showcase some of these vendors and at least tell their story, you know? Because here at Tin Foil, we're basically built on the groundwork of community, because we are like a small business incubator. So starting off of that, we wanted to definitely give a few of our vendors the chance or the opportunity to share their stories, because surprisingly, a lot of Bahamians wouldn't really know what all goes into the average meal or the average dish or the average booth or average tent, you know. So here at Tin Foil, we definitely wanted to, of course, like we said, we build community, so we wanted to highlight different vendors here at the park. So we started, so like we said, so we definitely got a film crew, and we came in and we shot 3 different episodes for a little mini series that we call Unwrapping the Furl.
Now, of course, that series begins on February 14th, but again, many of these vendors would have started from a position of having grit and commitment to the thing that they're passionate about, and that's really making food.
Definitely, yeah. And I mean, honestly, when we first came together for the story, I personally produced it myself, so I hired our videographer, Kyle Jicky Productions, and our editor, Craig Joaquin. And definitely, with that team, we definitely went out. We went to 3 different. We hired 3 different vendors, and we basically went, like we said, to their homes, catching them, setting up, and breaking down super early in the morning. You'd be surprised at how early these guys wake up to go out there and put together everything. So definitely, we did that as well. So we highlighted 3 different vendors at the park: Kay's Kitchen, Black Pearl, and Flippin' Good. And with those 3 different episodes, they're all very different if you were to watch them and see them. And we definitely, like we said, our biggest thing was just highlighting and telling their story, because a lot of persons have untold stories that the average person wouldn't go to and ask. So at least with this documentary series that we did, we're hoping to, of course, build some audience for Tin Foil, but also for the vendors itself.
Now, of course, at the end of the day, there must be a message that you have for the public. What is that message?
We've outgrown the Dundas in a way where we've definitely moved to our new location out at Gladstone Road, and definitely with Tin Foil, we really just, like I said, community based, and we really want the public to come with us, to grow with us, and just come out and have a good time.
And of course, Tin Foil has been relocated to the old Phil's food store on Gladstone Road. So if you need to get your fill of local food, visit them.
Tin Foil sounds good, but you know, with the COVID was on, most people were not getting out like they should have. But look, watching Keishla and Lloyd, I think I need to start just venturing out a little bit, but with safety, because I miss that good food.
And they're moving to Gladstone Road, I guess, to accommodate a larger crowd, because I know when they were at the Dundas, it was kind of, compact in that area. So I'm hoping that a lot more people actually go out and have a taste, because I think I'm gonna possibly go out as well.
Yeah, we need to start getting on and enjoying life once again. Well, coming back, I'm going to get a clean cut and a shave.
Love is in the air everywhere. And here at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, we are bringing you a ZNS Valentine special. My Blind Valentine follows the story of two individuals who test their dating skills on a blind date and possibly find their one true love. Viewers will also be eligible for prizes. All you have to do is send a photo of you and your Valentine to webproduction@znsbahamas.com, saying why you love that person, and one winner will be announced at the end of each show. Remember to mark the date on your calendar, February 10th and 11th, for a TV special like no other, and a chance to win. My Blind Valentine. Love is in the air with ZNS and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Well, my sidekick, LaDawn Davis, always compliments me after I come out of the barber with that clean shave, and then later on in the week she say, "Fishy, you're starting to look a little bit scrubby." But you know what? This is how my week starts off just about every week. Sometimes it's a long or short wait depending on the amount of customers before you. My barber Dion Stewart makes sure I look the best whenever I step out there.
I've been there barbering from 2004. My brother-in-law got me started. Yeah, he bring me in. He trained me right there in the shop. From then I did like barbering, so. And plus you get more free time to yourself, you know what I mean? So. Just fall in love with it.
His day starts from as early as 8 a.m. and the number of customers in a day varies.
Probably about 10 to 15 people. Different people that come with for different type of service. Yeah, some people just come for a shape up, some people just come for a cut.
How long does a haircut normally take? Because you know, women could go in the hairdresser and sit down for 3 hours, but men don't have that patience.
No, it's about 30 minutes. Gotta get it right.
My hair tends to go back quick, and then the gray. How I could get rid of it?
You could dye the gray. You could dye it. But you just gotta keep shave every morning. Some men, they shave every morning, so that's the best way today. I see it to take the gray away.
Cleaning down and sanitization done after each cut. So how does he keep up with the latest trends even though I'm just getting a schoolboy cut?
You gotta stay on social media. I say every day, like YouTube and Facebook, yeah, every day. Just look at what they doing in other countries, you know, like especially America.
Not only is the price list on the wall, but there are also the education and health certificates to show that they are indeed certified. Glad to be back to work after the COVID lockdown.
So I was doing a little cutting at home. Didn't stop. I tried to use the break, but couldn't stop. It's cutting like then cutting just in my blood.
And you know it's just not sit down in the barber chair. There are some things we men love to talk about.
I would say religion, politician, political, yeah, sports.
You get heated sometimes?
Yeah, man, especially on them political though. But this was, like, now, like, election probably coming up, so it get very heated there in that time, you know.
Like to thank the guys over there, Precision Cuts.
So, Fisher, how was your schoolboy cut? How was it?
You were looking at it. You told me I'm looking at 18 again, like I was still in St. John's.
So hopefully the remainder of the week you'll be
I really want to see what you do when you go to the hairdresser.
Oh, you want to see that? That takes 3 hours. You sure you want to see that?
Yeah, we want to see that.
You want to see it?
Yeah, we want to see it.
I'll do that next week, perhaps.
Well, our Catherine Gomez, she's a hard worker, and she's coming up with something. Right?
Yeah, so be sure to start your Valentine's right with a 2-night series put on by our very own Catherine Gomez that starts this evening.
If you're a person who loves to watch dating shows, well, My Blind Valentine is the show for you. On this show, we seek to pair two individuals on the path of love by sending them on a blind date. But this is a Bahamian blind date, so there's bound to be lots of drama and spice. So make sure you watch the show on February 10th and 11th. It's going to be a treat.
Ready to watch
Blind
that?
date, yeah, I'm ready to watch that. I'm sure it's exciting.
Ever been on a blind date?
No, I don't think I want to do that, especially not here in the Bahamas. So on tomorrow, we have the owner of Bahama Brew, Anwar Knowles. He'll be in the house tomorrow morning to talk about his special Bahamian teas.
And then you have some about teas, something else about teas.
We have some lingerie.
And then we have some what?
But we have a fallen hero as well tomorrow. But the lingerie, I'm excited to see. Well, I'm sure Bahamians would want to see what we can expect for Valentine's Day for that special someone. I'm sure you're going to try to buy
be
something.
surprised.
And with that, we end the morning edition for the entire team.
I'm Charles Fisher.
I'm LaDon Davis.
School
Have a
boy.
great morning, everyone.
Still you beg me to set her free.